phobia is an anxiety disorder in which a person feels irrationally and intensely afraid of a specific object or situation. Many people with phobias just accept they have them and live trying to avoid the feared situation. Phobias make people anxious. People avoid the stimulus that arouse the fear.
Number 1. Fear conditioning.
Through conditioning, naturally painful and frightening events can become a fear. When events happen unpredictably and uncontrollably, it often develops anxiety. Like, for example, when a dog attacks you when you're a little baby, you can't really defend yourself.
Number 2. Stimulus generalization.
Which is when one bad event when a dog attacks you leads to you fearing all dogs.
All dogs.
All dogs.
Reinforcement, something that helps you control your fear.
Number 3. Observational learning.
That's when we learn to fear by observing others' fear.
The biological perspective.
Why some people can be more vulnerable to fear.
Number 1. Natural selection.
We seem biologically prepared to fear threats faced by our ancestors. Most phobias focus on things like spiders, snakes, animals that threaten our survival, closed spaces and heights, storms and darkness. People fearless to these threats were less likely to survive and leave descendants. It's easy to condition and hard to extinguish fears of such stimuli. Our phobias focus on dangers faced by our ancestors that they needed to survive.
Number 2. Genes.
Some people seem more predisposed to anxiety. Genes matter. Pair a traumatic event with a sensitive person and they have a phobia. You are more likely to have a phobia if your identical twin has a phobia, even when raised apart. Genes influence disorders by regulating neurotransmitters. Studies show an anxiety gene that affects brain levels of serotonin, a neurotransmitter that influences sleep and mood. Also, if you regulate the neurotransmitter glutamate with too much glutamate, the brain's alarm centers become overactive.
3. The brain.
Fear. Learning experiences that traumatize the brain can also create fear circuits within the amygdala, the over-arousal of a brain area.